Hi, this is Glenn Hausman reporting for heretostay.tv, and I'm coming at you today from Amsterdam, one of my favorite cities in the world, because when it comes to the hospitality universe, it's really about creativity and innovation, and a place that I think hotels and service departments are getting their ideas and cues from. So what better place to do this interview today than from Zoku. Up here at the top floor of Zoku, it's really the heart of the whole project. It all comes together up here. It's this multi-use space where you can be social, you can get your work done, or you can just sit and rest and relax. What I really love about it is all of these disparate elements kind of come together and they create this great intangible, something that just makes you want to be here, a great energy and a vibe about it that makes me want to get out of that room downstairs and up here and be productive and maybe have a cup of coffee or a beer too. So the not-so-secret sauce here at Zoku is about building a community within. It's the essential ingredient to make this product work. So to foster that, they've added day passes that allow you to come in and work for a few hours or hold a meeting here, and memberships that allow you to come in every day for a set period of time. It builds that community, and it's all tied together through this amazing lunch service and dinner service they have here at communal tables. It allows people to share ideas and be connected with each other, all within this sense of community. And it's an idea to me that's universal. It's one that could really be rolled out around the world. Let's find out what Zoku's ambitions are. I've been in the hospitality industry 20 years, and one of the issues that I see is everybody thinks they're innovating when they're really just copying each other. I find Zoku to actually be innovative and different and something I've never seen before.
Well, thanks for the compliment. And in the end, it is my partner Hans who came up with the idea, with the vision, right? He was also one of the founders of Citizen M. And I joined immediately after, and then we started to build the company. And we had this vision, right? And that vision was based on the fact that work is no longer bound to a place or where you are. And also internet, which is a thing of the last 10 years, right? That everything is now in your pocket, in this smartphone. And it gave us a lot of opportunities, kind of, and it kind of made a shift in the behavior and the demands of the target customer. So then we started, because we saw that there was a big shift as well from the normal expat, so to speak. So the people who come to a city for their work, take their family and stay in a big house and stay there for a few years, etc. Kind of towards a more flexible way, right? And we call that the global nomad people, so people who stay for their work in a city, but they have different demands. And that specific part of the hospitality segment was kind of not covered. And it is kind of the people who stay for work for 5 days up to 3 months or so. So we had 150 people from the target audience, and we started to do research and started to see, okay, what are the frustrations when you are in a city, when you are in a hotel, when you have to work in your hotel room, how does that work? And then we started to team up with architects, and it's concrete, Rob Wagemans, who helped us throughout the full journey. And actually, it was only me and Hans who were not millennials in our team. Right. And the majority of our design team, were also female. And we started to do this iteration process, create the first mock-up room, to really get it in 3D. And then get people from the target audience, from that group of 150 people, get them in and see what they would change and how they would do different. So it's really iteration, day by day. And in one of the last stages of the development, we had a mock-up room, which was kind of final. And then we invited a subgroup of the 150 people in and put mobile EEG scans on their head to test emotions and to see how we can further improve it. And it was brilliant to do.
One of the observations that I've had is the rooms are, for lack of a better word, small in size, not in feel. In New York City, for example, the rooms are small and feel claustrophobic. Here it seems that you invested in a lot of design innovation in order to make people feel that they have a comfortable, productive atmosphere without feeling that feeling of claustrophobia.
So that was the challenge, right? Yeah. To get this whole spacious experience in the same size of a 4-star hotel room, which is 24, 25 square meters. And then when we came to think of it, we knew what all the functionalities were from the research that we did, right? We knew what people wanted to have, space, kitchen, etc. And so then we came on the idea of the elevated bed, the mezzanine, and kind of to use every cubic centimeter in that room to the max. Design style is light, modern, kind of Japanese, Nordic style. And in the rooms, you see that there's no false ceiling, fake ceiling or so. So we really utilize the maximum of that space. And within that space, we try to optimize with all these functions, like a Tetris game, kind of. And it's kind of a module that fits a lot of buildings. For every building, we kind of look at the layout and then how we can optimize the space. And one of the things that you see in the hotel space now is that 99.9% of the hotel rooms and studios or micro apartments has the bed in the middle. And then you get your place to walk around and your little desk, etc. But it's the focal point. And we said, no, we don't want that to be the focal point. It should be the kitchen table in the middle. Because that's where you have your cappuccino in the morning, maybe your interview in the afternoon, and your dinner with friends at night. So that's super important. And that also helps in the experience of the space, that it feels bigger. So a center point is kind of the communal kitchen, that is also open, etc. So people should feel at home here. We knew that because of the long stay nature, people would start to work here. And at the same time, we attracted, not actively, people from the local scene here. After a few months, it became clear that it became so attractive here to work that our residents didn't find a space anymore on these long working tables because it was packed with locals, local entrepreneurs who were just working here. So at that moment we kind of needed to take a decision, right? Yeah. What do we do? Do we keep it open for the public, or do we close it off like Soho House and put a membership on? Right. And we kind of made a hybrid here. Right. So we implemented a membership structure, so people from outside, they pay a fee to work here, and they stay here all day. So during the daytime, I think it's like 80% or so people from the area. And at night, it's the other way around. 80% is people who stay here. And if you stay here, you always have a free seat at the place to work, etc. So Zoku is all about connecting people and ideas. So when you stay at Zoku for a week or two, we'd love you to go home more inspired, if you go home at all, than when you came in. And in order to do that, every guest who stays at Zoku, we want to understand what he is coming to do. And so, for example, we recently had 3 people coming from Australia who were going to set up their company in Europe. And so they were looking for a place to stay and a place to work and kind of to get kind of rooted in the scene. So we helped them find some places, help them get a SIM card, public transport stuff, etc. And you also see that these people then actively are involved in the community. We have a community lead here on board. In the first couple of months we were super active in programming, and at a certain moment you feel that you are at a certain stabilization, right? That the members who are here actively participate in events that we organize, etc. And one of the things that we really think is an important part of Zoku is kind of the food and beverage. We operate the food and beverage ourselves. We think that food just needs to be delicious, right? And we have long communal tables, and it also helps to connect people.
But here it seems like everybody is trained to welcome you into that sense of community and almost help prepare you to be part of the community.
I mean, hiring is done on personality and not on people, on what people can do or so, because you can train people in making a coffee or whatever. So it's really on personality. And this is also, we have ongoing training in there. Chefs are in front of house, right? They are not in back of house, so they are in contact with guests, yeah. But in the end, you can have a great product and the hardware can be good, but in the end, it's the people. Right. And they make the difference. Yeah.
So when you went into this, you had an idea of what it would be, but then it became this. What was the thing that surprised you most during the journey that was totally unexpected, but you're like, oh, this is great?
Yeah. I didn't expect that the public areas were going to be that popular, and that so many people from the local community were going to sit here and work.
What's next? What's the future for Zoku?
Well, in the end, we designed Zoku and we created Zoku with the goal of creating a network of Zokus across the globe, right? Where the global nomads are, we want to be. So I think it's now 1.5 years or 2 years or so that we actively work in cities on opportunities, and we signed a few deals in Europe at the moment. And so we got a pipeline. We haven't announced yet because of permitting and planning. Well, you know how that goes. But we got a decent pipeline now, and continue to work. First is Europe. And second is US for our focus. Yeah, and we now have one person in the US who's kind of helping us to scout cities, scout deals, etc. And well, I think the world needs more Zoku.